All right.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for vibing with
CeCe and
ChiChi, where we talk about all the hot topics. What's your vibe, girl? What's up? We doing what?
we're
TLC? I don't know. What we doing? New vibes
gonna
today.
pour some wine.
Okay, let's cheers to that. I got you.
Cheers.
I'm matching your vibes today, honey. We got a little wine, white wine too.
Oh my gosh.
We're not alone. Cheers to, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep you alone today, you know.
Yes, didn't even know we were gonna be vibing on the same type of drink. What is the irony? I know, right? Ooh.
Something like, yeah. So what's up, girl? What you been up to? How was your day?
My day was pretty good. I got a facial today.
Well, okay.
So my skin is doing what it needs to be doing. Skin
Yeah.
by Asia, like she is everything. Skin
Okay.
by Asia on Instagram. I'll go ahead and drop that nugget because I do not mind supporting those that, of course, support me and just good business.
For sure. That's what's up.
Like, girl, how you feeling today?
Vibes are really good. School is wrapping up, so I'm really
Yay.
just ready to be done so I can start, doing other things. So I'm really in
Exactly.
a very good mood today. Me and my girls, we went out to go work out, and it was a vibe. It was definitely a vibe. We had a good time. We was just full body in that place, so we was really having a good time actually. So I love it. Then I came home and ate all kinds of junks, but I'm a work
No,
in progress. I'm a work in progress for human.
we're human. You love saying that, girl. You gonna call us what it is,
Yes,
human
yes,
beings.
humans being mammals in this, you know,
That's the thing. When you work out, you're gonna be hungry and you're gonna be craving all type of food.
girl.
But once you whip that into submission, you're gonna be good.
Yes, honey. So I've been trying to do the 5 day, but it's been good. So I'm really in good spirit. I'm not gonna lie to you. So
No, that's right. Another cheers to good moods, good vibes, and taking care of business.
yes, ma'am. So what we talking about today, girl? I know we got a couple of good ones, a couple of ones I want to hear your perspective, girl, because it's been lots of chitter chatter out there in the streets, baby. It's been lots of chitter chatter. And I feel like I've actually been in a couple conversations and we're going back and forth. I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna have to bring this up vibing with CeCe and ChiChi and see what the girls are talking about because it's really been a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw one out there.
Okay, drop it.
So, being in a relationship, is
Uh-huh.
it okay to be on social media as well? So, if you're in a committed relationship, married, or something serious, can you still have a social media? Is that okay? Is that okay with you? If you're a
Yeah,
spouse,
definitely. I think social media is part of our new society, it's part of the culture. And how are you using the social media platform is my biggest concern. Like, do
right?
you have separate hidden accounts or are you doing it for business? What direction are you going with your social media account is first and foremost. And
Okay.
then when it comes to like Facebook, to me is more family oriented.
Hmm.
So you would at least need to have me like on your Facebook page. If you're my husband, we're gonna have pictures of our wedding, outings, the kids, whatever I choose to share, of course,
Right.
and business, right? But then with Instagram, I feel like it's more selective. So there's more of a lane for business only accounts a lot of times.
Okay.
And I don't think like you need multiple personal accounts. Like personally, I don't think that that's a real need in a relationship. But at some point, regardless of what social media account you choose to show your personal life, if I'm part of that, I'm a significant part of your personal interactions, then I want to be shown. I want to be represented. But I don't have a problem with you having it. But
Hmm.
don't sit up here and act like you are a single man with no kids or something when we got 3 kids at home. We've been married for 10 years, you know?
Right.
So
What if
that's how I feel. But yeah, what do you
What
think?
if your significant other is not really a social media person, so they never actually ever updated you on your as the wife on the social media? Is that a problem? Is that something you're really picky on? You know that your significant other is not a social media person. That's why
Hmm.
they don't want you to be a social media person per
Hmm.
se. But you're married and you've been married for 10 years, and they still don't have you as a wife on their Facebook.
Girl. So my thing is, I would prefer somebody that's not as interactive on social media. Like,
Okay.
unless you have a really good, solid reason. I mean, for what? There's other things we could be doing with our time. Granted, I'm on social media a lot, promoting different businesses, and just out of curiosity, I'm not even gonna say I'm not. So
Hmm.
if my man is saying that he hasn't posted me, we've been married for 10 years because he doesn't interact on social media like that, well, at least have your last update married to this person. Like, okay,
Hmm.
I want you to be able to show at least the most recent thing that happened with us. I mean, you can update it from single to married. You don't have to have like a lot of pictures of us or whatever, but there needs to be some indication that this has transpired and it's important to you.
Right. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So would you want their password? Is that a thing for you? Do you need to have the social media password? If
I
you
mean, yeah,
you want them?
I want access. Not saying I'm gonna use it, but yeah, I want to be able to log in and see if I choose to. I'm not saying I'm always gonna do that, but I feel like I've gone through phases where I would be the type to like check a phone. Like,
Okay. So how does that look like? Do you just like y'all in serious relationship? Do you say, "Hey, what's your password to your Facebook?" Or like, do you
I feel
ask?
like we should just share it. Like, why am I asking? It's like, oh, by the way, I mean, if you want to look at it or whatever, if you want to log in, I just sent it to you as a note on your phone because we all have a notepad or whatever. If you have an iPhone or whatever device,
Mhm.
then shoot me the note with the password for the login information, and that's just what it is. And I can choose to use it or not use it. But if
Right.
you send it to me, then most likely I'm not going to use it, to be
Right.
honest.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Good insights. Good insights on that. Y'all just one of the topics. Just a lot of people have their mixed feelings about social media. Me personally, I don't care too much about social media. I don't even know if I'm updated as the wife on my own husband's social media.
What?
I don't know. I mean, literally after this show, I'm gonna have to go check. But I know
I'm
that
check
he was
too.
not on a girl. Let me know. Let me know. Send me a screenshot of
I'm
it.
about to check now. Okay, right? I will.
But I don't. I know he's not really on social media like that now that he's doing more, get into other business things now. Now he's a little bit more on social media. But yeah, I really don't know if I'm the wife now. Do I tag him like crazy on a couple of things?
Yeah.
Do so I'm all over his page, whatever.
Mhm. That's true.
Yeah, I guess I never really been picky on that, just because I
Okay.
know kind of how we are. And then as for his passwords, I never asked him for his passwords either.
Mhm.
Maybe because I just don't care that, like, I just don't care that
Yeah.
much. And that was another conversation that I had that we're going to talk about over this
Mhm.
past weekend with some guys because I just feel like I'm very solid in my relationship. So like I never asked for his password for social media. Now, do I have his password for his phone? Yes. Um,
Okay.
because that's more something I can unlock. It's just here in the house. I mean, what's your password? So after you tell me once, I kind of know it. Um,
Mhm.
have I went through his phone like maybe once in a while, just randomly? Yes, got to do the random audits. Uh, he's sleeping like,
Make sure everything adds up and checks out.
okay, while he's sleeping, because
Well, now he knows.
right, it's fine. But yeah, I know. I just yeah. So I mean, if he gives me social media, that's fine. But I don't want to go through social media. I don't got time for that. Like whatever you do in the dark, I'm gonna find out.
It's
So
gonna come out.
it's gonna come
It's gonna come
straight out
out.
on my lap. So because
But do
God,
you think because y'all been together for so long, and social media wasn't as prevalent when y'all met? I mean, it was coming up or whatever, but it wasn't as much of an influence as it is now. Y'all were able to build a different level of foundation, I think. And then people that are just really not engaged or don't really get actively involved in social media, then I think it's easier to like deal with other issues because now that is not a real problem or discussion because you're really not concerned about it. So I feel like it frees up space to deal with other things instead of just being like, I saw you liked five of these pictures and who are they? And you got new friends. It just becomes additional hassle in relationships, I
yeah,
feel, that doesn't even need to exist. It's
right.
almost unnecessary drama.
Yeah, people know when somebody unfollow you, like watch the blogs,
Mhm.
They be like, this
Right.
person unfollowed this person. I'm like, do you get a notification when this happens? Like, how do people know like that? Like,
I
Do
think if you search and then you see who's following them and if they're following you.
but how do they know? Like it feels like something like watching the blogs. Like when somebody unfollows somebody, it's like
Yeah.
everybody knows. Like, are y'all just searching for who's friends list?
Searching for
Like,
that person. Yeah, it'll show followed by this person. If you're no longer followed by that person,
that's what I'm saying. People, like you
it'll
said,
take
people got
time.
to be looking on this social media now. My husband's a
Mhm.
little bit on a different generation. He's definitely not on this new generation, and
Right.
I'm like at the cusp. I'm definitely not this new. This I'm young, but this new generation is a whole different type of thing.
It's a whole
So
different ball game, yeah. And I know
yeah.
we've talked about that, like as far as being interactive in social media and engaged, we're really just not as involved. And I'm a little bit more involved than you are. So, and I'm not even as involved as some people are. Yeah.
Right, right, because you have Snapchat, you have Instagram,
And Facebook.
and Facebook. I have
Hmm.
Facebook. I have Instagram, but I don't really be on Instagram like that. But we
Right.
for the Vibe Squad, we will be having a Instagram and all Facebook and everything for the Vibe Squad. So definitely tune for that.
Okay.
We're gonna get acclimated to this marketing and this
Yeah.
media for you. Okay,
We're
we're gonna
gonna
get out
do it.
of our comfort zone to make sure that we
Mhm.
give you what you need. So
Yeah. So to jump onto these next topics, because I feel like there's a lot that we've covered already with this first one, but
yeah,
it does kind of segue us into the next topic of PDA.
okay,
So public displays of affection. And
okay,
that is like kissing, groping, like whatever it may be out in front of other people.
okay.
How do you feel about PDA with your man or seeing other people show PDA?
Oh yeah, I don't have no problem with that. Like, I won't go overboard with it. Um, just because I don't think that's my style. But if I want to turn around and kiss my husband or turn around give him a hug or flirt with him, I would definitely do that. But I'm most me my style. I most likely not going to be doing too much in front of people,
Mhm.
because that's just I'm more private when it comes to like my intimate side. Like you may not look at me and my husband may not even think we even do anything because I'm very like and I'm covered up when it comes to that. Some things I'm very secretive about, and I just
Mhm.
keep that to our business. But if I want to turn around and kiss my husband, I will. And yeah, but I'm not gonna throw it. I'm not gonna throw it in people's face. It's just not gonna be
Mhm.
a thing for me. But behind closed doors, we definitely make sure that we show each other affection, but not in
Mhm.
people's face like that. So, what do you think?
I definitely agree with that. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I feel the same way. But when you said, I don't want to show too much, what do you feel like is too much? Because, that's subjective.
Yeah, it is. I was watching some TV show. I don't want to say the names because it's a very popular name. And these two couples, they just got at that time they was engaged, celebrities. And I mean, everywhere you see them on TV shows and stuff like that, there's just, I mean, mouth and tongue everywhere, just like woo, in front of their mothers, their sisters, their everybody. I'm just
I
like,
think I know what you're talking about.
that's a little bit, you know what I'm talking about?
I think I have an idea. I might have to be like, was this what you were talking about?
What does it start with? What show?
Kay?
Yes, you.
You think I'm talking about the same thing? They're a big family?
That's right.
Okay, I was watching that today. Ironically, watching something like that today.
It was too much. I was like, I was
But it's
closing
beautiful
my
at the
eyes.
same time. It's like it's so passionate, but it's a lot. Too
Yeah,
much, I get that category. If you're
yeah.
saying that's the category of too much, I
You
understand
put
what
on it. That's exactly who I'm talking about. And I remember that episode, and I felt like just like I was clutching my purse. I was like, Jesus,
you're
like I get the passion, but hold it. Your
Right.
mother's there. Like, you know what? Like I know you grow up
Kids,
is there.
grandparents, everybody's there. They just going for
It's
it.
just going in. So, I mean, to each his own, of course. But
Right.
yeah. So, what do you feel like? Any in?
Yeah, I think like with PDA, there's a time and place for everything, and I do like to be close and affectionate.
Mhm.
Physical touch is important to me, especially, when we are in that state of romance and just in general, like when I'm with somebody, I want to touch them. I want to grab their arm. I want to like hug on them. But
Mm-hmm.
is it going overboard to be like tonguing them down and like jumping on them or whatever, like in public? I think so because I do like to keep things private. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there are certain things that I want to be able to open up with you and just you only so you can see that side of me.
Of
So it's
course.
like the mysterious aspect of things. Like I'm not completely like I want to hold hands, I want to hug and stuff like that. We can kiss, but are we going to be doing the absolute most?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe quickly,
Right.
but like a real quick, touch or feel here.
Right.
But if it's like overboard and I'm like, you're holding me up in the air and doing
Right.
all the
In a certain
theatrics,
like,
right?
I'm like, people not supposed to know that. Like, ooh.
It's like, wow, I just don't feel like I have to prove that point out in public to show
Right.
this is my man. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just think it's interesting because there's so many different like levels of PDA that
Yeah.
people think is appropriate. But I agree, like there's an element of respect and reverence, I guess, would even be the word for our personal interactions. Now, maybe if nobody's looking, we're alone somewhere, yeah, maybe a little extra. But if we're in the mall or something or in the grocery store, you
Like,
know,
don't bust splits around here. Like,
right, picking me up, throwing me on the bananas to kiss, like that's way too much.
gee,
Girl,
you
taking
push
it too
it,
far.
and no, let's like just tone it down. Like,
Right. Throwing me against the apples and stuff, like,
apples and nuts falling down. I'm like smashing them. Like, we can't do this. Like,
"Can't
let's
do
keep
that
it
here."
in the house. Like, I'm gonna start looking at him crazy. Like, bro, you crazy right now. Like,
Right.
we're literally on the floor and I'm smashing the grapes. Like, that's not even a thing. Like,
Not even a
yeah,
thing.
girl.
So, yeah, girl. But that's my thoughts on PDA. I feel like
Huh.
there's limits to it.
There's limits to it. But
Mhm.
I know we have another question, and I'm gonna let you get to that question. I mean, not the third topic.
The topic?
Yeah,
Okay.
the third topic. But
Okay.
I want to get your perspective on this. Like, you're in a relationship, and say you're in a relationship with a Nigerian man, because I really want to know this answer from
There
you.
you go.
I was talking to a Nigerian man, and I want to know what you think about this. What if you're married to a Nigerian man, or even a serious relationship with a Nigerian man, and they go
Okay.
out to a club or a party or something like that without you, and they're buying some ladies drinks? Is that
Mhm.
acceptable for you?
If
As
they are friends with these ladies prior to, no, they don't know these ladies. You just buying drinks for women. So, okay, I'm not going to be ridiculous and be like, oh my gosh, you can never buy any other woman besides me a drink. I'm not going to take it that far. But my thing is always your intention. So
yes,
if it's like two ladies at the bar, you and your friend, you're with another friend or whatever, and the ladies happen to buy y'all drinks, y'all are having a good conversation about Black power and uplifting the community. Just gonna say
hmm
that, right? And everybody's in accord or whatever, and y'all want to potentially work, everything's very professional, and then you backdoor and buy drinks for them, yes.
okay,
That's fine. That's acceptable. Now, if you're just going out like, okay, well, I don't know these ladies, let me just send drinks over to them because they're dressed nicely and they're
yeah,
attractive.
that
That's
one.
an absolute no.
That's a no. Okay,
Like that's a no. What are you doing? What point are you trying to prove? Like if that's the case, you're gonna be buying every attractive woman drinks now?
right.
So it's definitely the intention and the motive for me. But again, I'm not gonna ever say like you can never buy any other woman besides me a drink. I'm not gonna go that far because that's not realistic.
Right.
But would I want my man to be very selective and limited by who he allows to himself to interact with? Like who do you select to interact with and who do you allow yourself to interact with? That's very important because I need you to move like a man of value and
Hmm.
like, you know how to operate in public. Like you're not a single man.
Right.
So prepare yourself accordingly. What do
According.
you think about that though? Like, are you okay with that? How do you feel? Has it happened? Like, where do you stand?
So, when I was speaking to this gentleman, he said it's a culture thing. He said as a Nigerian man that culturally, they buy ladies drinks. So he said if he saw a group of, pretty young ladies, he'll buy them a drink. It's just like a Nigerian ego type of thing. Now,
Mhm.
if my husband is doing that, it's a no for me. Like you said, it's more the intentions, but no, you cannot just be buying like at the that scenery, like club lounge, and you see a group of young ladies and you just buying them a drink over it. It's a no for me because I know when the the mindset I have is when someone's buying drinks for you that they mean they want to speak to you a little bit more, and then the
Mhm.
ladies may be more susceptible to come towards your way, and
Right.
so I would say no. So that's
Mhm.
unacceptable to me. But if you buy somebody a drink at work, or hey, let me buy you a coffee or something like that, I'm okay
Mhm.
with that.
Okay.
But and
Yeah.
that's going to be the club thing. You just you need to mind your business and
Right.
yeah with your friends, but you cannot
Right.
start opening yourself up for those kind of temptations because you're not moving like a married man.
Exactly.
So that's a no for me. I low key, maybe to be honest, and knowing who I am, if I heard that, I could even take that as cheating. I'm very
Okay.
Christian. I could even take that as cheating and be like, bro, you done. I could. It
I can see it.
depends, but I could probably take that all the way left. You don't just be buying
Mhm.
no drinks
Yeah.
like that. So,
I can see it. No, that makes 100% sense to me. And I can see how it could be taken as cheating,
right.
honestly, because that means you're entertaining somebody that's not your wife. And it's,
And
what's the
that's
reason? What was
right.
your intention on doing that? What are you trying to prove? Because if it's just ego, to me, that is not even sufficient enough for you to be my man. Because why are you so egotistical and ego driven? To
Hmm.
what? Show that you have money to buy people drinks? Like,
Right.
no.
Next second, you're
But
gonna try to figure out, oh, is your ego? Do you still got the juice to get a lady in your
mhm,
room with your?
yeah.
So if they were, if my spouse would ever to do that, I could actually still, I could pack my little baggies, and then move into the, I don't know, pack my baggies and throw it
Not
at
your
his ass. So I
So
don't know.
would you say, and I know some men may be offended or whatever, because yeah, we're talking about Nigerian culture, but I think in general men do this sometimes and they feel like it's acceptable, any culture or any race, better yet.
Okay.
But do you think it's like insecurity to a certain degree if a man feels like he's still trying to prove something when it comes to like entertaining women and seeing if he has whatever he feels like he has? Because to me, if a man still has it, he's going to be complimented
Mm-hmm.
just like a woman. You don't have to go do extra stuff to show that you still got it and stuff. Because if you have it, it speaks for itself.
Right.
So I think it might be like a little level of insecurity mixed with ego.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe that's for our viewers to comment,
Yeah, no,
with
please comment.
men.
Let us know. Yeah, comment below. Let us know your thoughts. Is it acceptable for a married man to buy a lady a drink at the club or the lounge? Is that okay? Like, we
Mhm,
really want to hear from you because people thinking it's okay out there, and I want to
mhm.
know what y'all think. Is it? Maybe it is. I don't know.
Maybe
So
not
let
to
us
what
know.
degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next topic, girl.
Our next and last topic is from a woman's perspective, because I think men will have a different perspective on this, and we like to honor that as well. But from our perspective, because we are women, we
Hmm.
I want to know, how can a man tell if a woman is with him for more than just his money? And I say that because a lot of men out here are single too and they're dating and they don't want to be just a ATM or
Yeah.
used for their money. And a lot of women are using men for their money. Like, let's just call it what it is. Women
Yes,
are looking for more. They want the bag, they want the cash, they want their bills paid.
that's right.
This is happening nonstop. And it's
Yeah.
almost an expectation for certain types of women too.
Mhm.
Like, if you're going out with me, then this is expected. Now,
Mm.
granted, if it's understood and that's how you're operating and moving, by all means, like, people gonna do what they want to do. But for
Mhm.
the men that are actually wanting to be able to discern, like, I want a woman that wants me for me and not my money, what are some things a man should look for to determine, like, this woman is not just out for my money? They really want to build something with me.
Yeah, so that's a good question. So I'm going to let you know real life situation that my husband told me when we was dating. That told him that yeah, this is my wife and that she really loves me for me. It's
Mhm.
just I didn't have nothing at that time. This was 10 years later. I didn't have a job. Still trying to work on my first degree. But I really wanted to buy him something for Christmas. I did. So I took every little coin I could get from family just to make sure I got him something, right?
Mhm.
So that's how he knew. I didn't have to do that. He didn't expect it from me. He was,
That's
at that time
good.
doing everything for me, like all
Mhm.
spending all the bags. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't married
Mhm.
at that time, so he was doing all the spending. But I took for my own, I I just wanted to do something for him, and that told him that wow, this lady really cares for me and wants to do something for me to make me happy. So
Mhm.
that was one thing that came from like real life
Mhm.
scenario.
That's a great
So
example.
So that was what he told me from his, from his mouth. And also, like, if something happens with the man, does the lady run away? Or does
Mhm.
the lady help lift you up? So if you lose your job or you're in a bad spot or you can't work for this, next 2 weeks, is the lady like looking at you some type of way? Are they mad at you? Or are they supportive of you or whatever decisions you make? Are they your cheerleaders and things like
Mhm.
that? Are they encouraging you? And men have ego, and I was always top of my mind. Make sure you always let them know, what is it? Energize
Stroke their
their
ego.
yeah, energize their
Mhm.
ego, be their big cheerleader, and help them out. If she's trying to
Mhm.
cook for you, are they doing things to make you happy? If it don't have
Mhm.
to be money, like or do they spend time to do things to make you happy? That's how I feel the man will know that you love them from them. And my next last thing I was gonna say,
Mhm. This is
my husband,
good.
he said in the beginning, at that time I was still young. I didn't really know how to cook like that, but I was
Mhm.
trying because I knew that he loved his food. So I started learning how to cook all this kind of jollof fries, fufu,
Mhm.
anything that I knew he liked on the daily because I wanted to make him happy. So
Mhm.
those little things is what, from my own situations, and that's how I got the ring because he saw that I was for him and not just for his
Mhm.
money.
Girl, that's the mic drop right there. You've said everything that needed to be said. I mean, being thoughtful and considering your man, listening to him, and then taking the action to kind of fill those gaps and meet him where he needs to be met at,
Mhm.
especially the little small stuff to make things easier for him. Show
Yeah,
that you're listening, show that you care for him.
that's
You know,
right.
you're not just there for the dates and the dinners and the shopping, you're there to relax and make a home cooked meal or, give him a little massage, be
That,
attentive to his needs, whatever may help him, kind of relax a little bit more
that's
and
right.
just show that, okay, this woman, answer the phones when, you don't like, because sometimes I think people play games a lot of times and
Okay.
everybody, they're busy. But when you show that you're going to call him back when he calls or, you respond, I think that instead of just responding when it's like, oh, are we going out? Are we doing this? But just checking on them. A lot of
Yeah,
times I've heard men want to be checked on too. They don't want to be the first one that's always initiating. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong. Like I do believe like a man should pursue the woman. I truly
yeah,
believe that. But
100%.
just showing that you're actually interested in him and his well-being and you're not doing that for everybody you're talking to. You're doing it for the person that you actually like and
That's right.
appreciate their pursuit and showing them some type of reciprocity, showing that you're showing up as well in those scenarios just as much as he's showing up in a complimentary way.
No,
So
yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
Wake up in the morning and be like, "Hey, handsome, how you doing?"
Hmm.
How's your day going? And just talking about random stuff. That was the foundation of my relationship. We talked about everything. You got to get to know the person. Like you said, the man wants to know that you care. You want to know about them too. It's not all about, okay, what you like, what's your favorite, like them asking you, what's all your favorite things and things like that. What you like to do on an
Hmm.
everyday basis, what music you like, stuff like that. Just those day to day regular stuff that people may take for granted. So
And I think like when a person really is there for you, they want to just hang out and talk with you and get to know you. I
that's
think
right.
if somebody's there just for whatever superficial reason or monetary reason, that's the only time they're really going to show up and be available. That's
Mhm.
kind of how I look at it too. But yeah, I do believe like the small things add up. And again, you kind of know when you like somebody and you don't like somebody.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I think a lot of times you want somebody like a man that's going to do those things that you want. Like you want him to wine and dine you. Like you said, your man was pretty much pursuing you and spending money on you.
He
He
was.
was. He really was.
Hmm.
But you were open and you received it and you respected him. So you weren't just like jumping around, allowing everybody just to spend money and time with you like that. You valued his pursuit. You knew you weren't there for the wrong reasons and intentions. So you gladly, appreciatively accepted those things that he was offering. And then you showed your same level of attraction
Hmm.
or willingness to be with him, even though it wasn't monetary.
And then
So
also
I think this is
to another
complimentary.
level too. He's spending all his money, but as soon as you think that he's doing too much, also showing him like, babe, it's okay. You don't have to. We don't have to go on a trip. Like, you
Mhm.
just also be there to control his money too, because sometimes
Oh, that's a good
like
point.
control his money, but like show him that, like, bro, you just spent $500 like yesterday. Like, it's okay. We don't have to go, to, I don't know, California this weekend. It's okay. Let's save our money for something else. So also giving him that level, that balance that they need.
Ooh, yeah, that's good. Girl, I see how you got that ring, sis. Mm. Give the tips for the girls, but don't give too many. No, I'm just playing.
If you need more, drop it on the comments. I'm free to tell you everything, honey. I get it from
Right.
my mama. My mama laced me up with all the good tips. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's right.
I'm
And
not
use it accordingly. Well, thanks everyone
girl.
for watching. Keep us posted on your thoughts, any topics you have in
Loud
mind. Give us your
extra. Loud
feedback,
extra.
like, subscribe, and we will be vibing with you again next week.
Bye.